Hi, Cornerstone. My name is Kaara Kiddoe.
And I'm Jared Kiddoe.
This is your inspiration vitamin for the day.
So, our inspirational vitamin for the day will be coming from Ephesians chapter 6, verses 10 through 12.
And it says, Finally, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of the dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in heavenly realms. And so we wanted to take this verse and apply it to marriage. So we have a ministry called Authentic Marriages, and our goal is to help couples become more connected. And one of the things that we have to realize is that our battle is not against flesh and blood. And sometimes in relationships, we can think that our battle is with each other, our battle is with another human being, our battle is with someone else. And especially in the climate that we're in, it's very, very easy to feel that our battle is against people.
Right.
But at the end of the day, our battle is not against flesh and blood.
Exactly. And oftentimes we think about this verse and we do apply it to kind of like these big situations that we may be facing, maybe at work or, other things that are going on. And oftentimes we miss the point that this applies to every single situation we find ourselves in.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest ones is within our marriages, because outside of our relationship with God, that is the closest relationship we'll ever have. And that's the person we spend the most amount of time in our adult life with. And so the devil wants to attack our marriages.
Yep.
And he takes pleasure in doing it because our marriage is supposed to be a reflection of the relationship between Christ and the church. And so anything the devil can do to denigrate marriages is something he'll do so that he can denigrate the church. And so our marriages is a target, becomes a target, a spiritual target, and we have to be aware of that so that when we're interacting with each other, we realize it's not just about a simple disagreement or difficulties we're having with each other, but there are spiritual forces at work that we can't see. And so we have to be aware of that so that we will arm ourselves, be prepared, make sure that we are fully available and aware of the situation that's going on so we can battle against the forces of the devil. And then, as partners in this battle, we can win because we are partners as married people.
I think once you realize who the real enemy is, I think that really is helpful.
Exactly.
Because then once you can say it and remind yourself, like, hey, like, if things are not right with us, then it means that things are not right with our relationship with God.
Exactly.
And so you always have to remember that if your relationship isn't right with each other, there is a bigger enemy at play.
Exactly. And so, the Bible talks about the fact that, you can't say you love me, God, and not love your brother. You haven't seen God, but you've seen them. And if you can't love them, then what does that say? So, you're absolutely right. We have to make sure that we are looking at a spiritual plane in all of our conflicts and disagreements, because there's always something else going on in the background that we have to be aware of. So we need to arm ourselves, we need to ready ourselves and know that we are brothers and sisters in Christ first when we deal with marital difficulties, understanding that there's spiritual warfare occurring. And when we do that, we can be prepared to do it together so we can be pleasing to God.
Amen.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us for today's Inspirational Vitamin. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.